Welcome to Two Poor Artists, where we're poor at having bangers and mash and throwing shrimp on the Barbie on 4th of July, because we're American. But mostly, we're poor at making art. I'm Isaac.
And I'm Benj. Today is not 4th of July.
Freedom!
But it's pretty close, so we're doing...
Yeah, I mean, like, what are we going to do? Release a video on the 4th of July, not on a Sunday? Mm-hmm. That's not how we do things.
No. So we're drawing the title... The 4th of July. Well, just 4th of July.
4th of July. Hey,
no,
you're rushing things a little. Just take a moment to bask in our freedom.
Well, I'm just letting them know.
Basking. Do you feel it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel the freedom enriching you? Do you feel it soaking into every pore?
Mm-hmm.
Do you enjoy the fact that we don't have to have bangers and mash because we're not British anymore?
That is the best part about Independence Day.
Not being
is
British.
That we can eat American food.
It's true. It is easily one of the best parts of being American. If not the best
American food is by far the best food.
It is.
Because we have taken all the best foods from everywhere in the world, taken all the best spices, mixed them all together into the best versions of themselves.
We've gone down this road on this channel before, but in England, they just conquered most of the world, but then forgot to take all the spices back with them.
Yeah, or they took all the spices and said, we don't like this.
Yeah, apparently.
Like, they don't even eat salt.
Yeah, they're like, what is that? Not boiled meat? Boiled in just water? And then boiled again for safety?
Yeah, we got to put some beans on toast.
Hey.
No butter, no salt.
Beans are good, though. Toast is good, but you put them together and you've got a British monstrosity.
Okay. Toast is good if you put butter and salt and like you can't just eat plain toast.
Beans on toast screams of desperation and like the Black Plague invading, and it's 1402, and
like you look at the food that we ate in America during the Great Depression, and it's better than beans on toast.
Yes, it is, because America is the great melting pot of flavors,
and England is the great rejecter of flavor.
It's the great drown everything in vinegar spot of the world, because as long as it's sour, you can't taste how bad it is.
Yeah. Like, I know there was like religious and political reasons to leave England, but the food would have been a good enough reason to leave. I think
you're right. Like, the first taste you have of like a cheeseburger in America with freedom fries, like, you would never go back. You know, you'd risk the journey over on the Mayflower. You'd risk the first harsh winter. You'd risk the Oregon Trail.
Yeah. You'd go and you'd be like, I know I'm going to die on this trip, but it's worth it.
It's worth it for my grandchildren.
Yes, my grandchildren could have
one day
burgers and
my
fries.
Praises. Yeah, it's true. American food is wonderful, and it's just one of the many things that we celebrate here on 4th of July in America.
Because we're not doing any of what you said. We're not throwing shrimp on the Barbie. No. We're not... I mean, there's nothing horrible about shrimp. Neither of us really prefer seafood.
But, like, does anybody want to be Australian?
No.
No. Like, they don't.
Or eat their food.
No, they don't. Like,
we're going to have burgers and hot dogs.
Like, sure, would you probably listen to us more if we had Australian accents? Would you probably think we were at least 6 times more attractive if we had British accents? Probably. But that's not what we're going for.
Which I've never understood that. I do not like either of those accents.
You don't like either accent?
No, I despise them.
Australian accents can be a bit much.
Like, I can't even...
British
like, I don't even understand when British people talk.
Like, go watch Harry Potter. Like, you can't tell me that...
Like, I like Harry Potter, but I have to watch it with subtitles. I, like, barely understand them.
I'm not saying you'd understand it. I'm saying their attractiveness level would go
No,
up.
it goes down.
No.
Southern accents, that's where people are attractive.
Think of your British actors. Like, you know, like, you have, like, your Emma Watson. Like, she would just be she'd blend into the pavement, as they say, without a British accent.
Maybe if she had a Southern accent, it would make her more attractive.
I'm just throwing this out there, but if you're a movie producer and you're thinking, if there was a remake of Harry Potter, but it was Southern, go for it. Like,
it would be please, so good.
Someone make the
like,
Southern redneck version of Hogwarts.
Don't even remake the movie.
No,
just use AI.
Yeah.
To make it all Southern.
Put a Southern filter over the whole thing.
And then re-release the movie.
Yeah, I would go.
It will be...
Everyone in the South would go. Except for all the people in the South who are still into burning witches and stuff. They probably
Right, yeah, they wouldn't go.
Would go. probably not a good idea. You know what is a good idea? Drawing 4th of July.
I should probably start.
No, I mean, it's probably what the people at home want.
Yeah, I mean, we're only 5 minutes in, not 10 minutes in.
But, you know, how many people have already clicked away? How many people were about to click away? Because they're like, they've got the 6-minute cutoff rule, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I've got.
So I'm gonna start off with a square.
Cliff.
No, it's not a cliff.
Oh, it's just a... I mean, can you call that a square? Rectangle at best.
Right. And then it has...
it just feels so good being free. I just figured I'd throw that out there. You know? I've never not known what it feels like to be American. Have you, Benj? You ever thought about it real hard in the middle of the night when you can't fall asleep?
Nope.
You will be tonight, along with all of the viewers.
Oh, I won't. I can't even fathom.
You're just writing my name on this building.
Horrible thought.
Yeah, I don't suggest thinking about it for more than. It is my name, except you made the A wrong.
It's just not your name.
Ison. What did the father say to his son as he was walking up after school? He said,
"Bye, son."
Hi, son. No, it's like hi, son, not bye.
Oh, you didn't say the buffalo?
Oh yeah, no, I should. You know what the buffalo said to his firstborn when he saw him leaving for school? He said, "Bye, son."
Yeah, that's like the joke.
Yeah, but I was thinking accent wise, how like British people can say something and it kind of sounds like something else. I digress. You know, what is that Ison building? Ison sounds like the cool new electronics company that's, you know, sweeping the nation.
This it's incomplete.
Aren't we all?
Because it's the word prison.
Oh.
But you don't see it all.
Nothing says 4th of July quite like prison. Here I was bragging about being free. Now I feel like a jerk. Yeah, this video is not going to go over well with our prison fans.
Well, you see, some people aren't free.
Yeah. Oh, wow. What a cheerful thought on the 4th.
Well, it's just I want to be able to show the...
You could have just drawn England. Just draw them. Draw England. Draw Australia. You know how bad Australia is? It's where England said, you know what? We don't want these people in England anymore. Let's banish them to Australia.
Drawing Australia is just the same thing as drawing a prison.
Isn't it, though? Except most prisons, at least humane ones, aren't filled with all the horrible things that Australia is filled with.
Yeah. Like, I mean, can you imagine if you went to a prison and it had flying foxes?
Yeah, terrified.
Spiders that...
I saw
like a tree that's just full of spiders.
You want a scared straight program? Just threatens to send somebody to Australia. You know, they'll see their first. You show them one, one video about a flying fox, they'll turn their whole life around. Nothing's scarier than those.
Yeah, I think right now the important thing I need to know though is what the least free date.
What does that mean?
To ever exist is. So obviously the 4th of July is the
most free date.
Is the most free date.
Well, when was
what's the least
when was Australia founded? You know?
Or would it have been their founding?
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
Australia was apparently the Commonwealth of Australia came into existence on January 1st,
January
1901.
1st. Yep. Australia was founded on January 1st.
The least
free
date.
101 January 1st. That's the least free date.
Which is odd because actually that's probably one of the days where people are most free in America. Because nobody has to work for those people who do.
Yeah, I think like half of everyone still works.
You know how unfreeing it must feel to work at like the bank? No. I take that back. The most unfree place you can work is like a convenience store. Go to Circle K or somewhere, quick stop, quick trip, Quickie Mart, AM, PM. They never get a day off. They never close. They don't close it yet. 7-Eleven employees are like the most oppressed.
Right.
Yeah, they never close. Someone always has to be working there. You just have to hire like, like a Jewish person or, something on Christmas, just so that there's someone who's like, it's okay. I'd rather work today. Because Santa's not coming to my house.
Right. Yeah. Like, what's the point of staying home if Santa's not going to be there?
Exactly right. He's not coming down the chimney to bring you more ballpoint pens and black ink. I hate to break it to you, but that shoe looks like it's on backwards. That one's all right. The other shoe looks like he stuck his foot through the front. And the pointy bit.
Both facing that way.
That poor calendar. Man. This drawing is starting to look vaguely familiar. And I'm not just saying that because we have more calendar people.
Calendar people are a staple of this channel.
So you saying that if you're a calendar person and your date is January 1st, that you're the least free?
Like, well, that's like what I have now established.
Calendar person jails are just filled with January 1st. That's how it works. Like you just know when you walk into it. Like your calendar parents give birth, and they're like, "Oh no, little Janny is gonna be in jail." We just know it. His uncle January 1st is there. You heard about May and October's son. He's January 1st, and he didn't even make it till his first birthday before they locked him in the slammer.
Yeah, but see, the great thing for this guy,
he looks really enthusiastic about it. This drawing is real familiar now. Like I've seen this drawing, not exactly the same, not Calendar Man.
So he's actually free now. Finally.
Yes, I can't
help. He's been released from prison, still wearing the prison cap,
as you do,
and
the prison elf shoes that they make you wear, and the Mickey Mouse gloves. Prison fashion is something that is you escape from prison, and they're like, wait, is he wearing elf shoes, Mickey Mouse gloves, and a striped hat? Definitely a January 1st.
Yes,
it's just like what they're given in the hospital on the day they're born. Their first elf shoes, Mickey Mouse gloves, and striped hat. You know how they like give babies a little beanie in prison? Like January 1st, get a striped one.
Yes, but see, now we've got July 4th, and I think you know where this is going.
Yeah, Mr. America.
He's got
Mr. America.
He's got the mullet.
Calendar world.
He's got the mullet. He's got the beefy arm.
Yeah, the Trogdor arm.
That it doesn't even make sense because he's a
slightly gross. Now.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's longer than his feet.
Well, you don't know what his feet look like.
USA.
Yeah, and he's got. I mean, this arm continues.
Stop. No, stop.
Because he's got to have a can.
Why is he reaching there?
Mysterious can that we won't talk about what's in it.
Freedom juice.
Yeah, it's definitely freedom juice. It's it's Dr. Pepper is what's in it, obviously.
I was gonna say it's what happens when you milk a bald eagle.
Oh, maybe it's that. Now, this is also gonna be weird.
The 23 flavors.
We're not gonna get to see what date this calendar is, but it's a bald eagle.
It's just poking out. You're not giving us like the front view or the top down view like we normally get. Is it a calendar eagle?
Yeah, it's like a square,
a bald calendar
eagle? Bald eagle. And then he's got his other arms behind him. You can't see it.
Oh wow! What a good advanced art technique that is.
And he's got.
I hate to say it, but the hand mangler might have paid a little visit to Calendar Mr. America. Oh boy, that is a boot. That is a boot.
Yeah.
You know how free we are in America? We get we celebrate our freedom by just setting off explosives. That's how free we are. You know how many other countries that would never be allowed? They don't give the citizens explosives.
He's got his freedom gun.
Yeah, freedom gun.
Which
explosives, like I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Explosives are just like an international sign of freedom. You know?
Yeah.
Because if you're not free, they're not giving you explosives.
Like in Australia or Canada and stuff, you watch all those YouTubers that, like, make things, and they like, oh, we were gonna make a gun, but we can't. Yeah. Or like, oh, I actually made this thing go too fast, so we had to bring it to America to test it out.
We watch an Australian YouTube channel called How Ridiculous. Fantastic guys, by the way. You guys should go check out their channel. But they always come to America when they have to do cannons.
Yep.
They just go down to Montana, like the freest of the free. You're shooting a cannon, and there's just like a free roaming bison walking down right next to it. Bald eagles circling overhead,
saying "bye, son" to his son as he goes off to college.
Exactly right. His legs are real skinny. It's just really weird in contrast to his huge Trogdor buff arm. Oh, no, sorry, they're continuing. No, we're good now. I thought they were just sticks.
Yeah, and he's got, like, pockets because these are jeans.
Yeah. Jeans are just such an international sign of freedom, too, Yeah. The whole world was, like, wearing slacks and skirts, and America's like, what if we just slap some denim on your backside?
He's got his mullet.
Plus, jeans are just the best. Only free people can make things like jeans. And poor art. You think we'd be allowed to make poor art not in America? No, like
no,
like the
police
would be after
like if we were in China or somewhere, we'd be arrested.
We'd be like arrested for national embarrassment. Like embarrassing the whole nation at once by our poor art. But in America, we could like slap this up in a gallery and someone would buy it. But why? Because they have money.
Yeah.
Why? Because freedom.
Right.
And they have the freedom to watch us, just like all of you at home. You were free to watch anything else in the whole world. You
chose this.
Now that does bring into question your
because
sanity. Because
we
are free to do it doesn't mean you should be watching us. There's
the whole aspect of just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah, like this whole channel.
But we can.
And we do. We do. You can watch.
So obviously we have here retelling of the original,
the original
Mr. America, standing outside the prison.
Are you just going to draw this every Independence Day, every 4th of July? Is just going to be a variation of this drawing?
But this is the calendar person version.
Next year, it's going to be the reverse. It's going to be 2 bald eagles and a Mr. America man sitting on his shoulder. The year after that, the guns are going to be talking. Well, the year after that, it's going to be a heart-shaped tattoo that says USA talking to another.
Eventually, America is going to be so unfree that it's going to be Mr. America in prison.
Wow, what a depressing... No, back up. Never. You know why? Because America. Constitution, bald eagles, explosives, all those reasons.
Yeah, we can pretend like that's the case.
Yeah, but come on. Like if we ever just it gets too bad, we just have another Boston Tea Party. Nothing's more American than a tea party.
Yep. Throwing tea in the sea fixes all problems. That's what we learned from our forefather.
That's exactly right. By fixing problems means like starting a war, but
yeah, that's what I mean. And then that's what the fireworks are for.
Exactly right. Your guys are real interesting with their like nose mustaches that are numbers. Your guy is being freed from prison. He just totally looks like he has a mustache and a nose. Mr. America just looks like he's got a big nose.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird because like normally I do nose first. But calendar people, do they have noses? Are those noses?
Put that in your art textbook.
Mine?
Oh, yeah.
Or like, are you telling someone?
I'm telling the people at home. There's got to be at least one fan at home who keeps like a notebook of all the good advice we give, especially the good art advice.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're going to contact us one day, and we're just going to publish it. It's going to be great.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
These are calendar people. And this is more
clarifying after.
More lore added to the calendar people. They have prisons.
And
January 1st. Get it go.
Yeah.
Always different.
It's real.
But they get released sometimes.
Yeah, like this guy, apparently, Put in there the day he was born, coming out. I don't know how old he is, but probably gonna.
Yeah. Like I mean, every once in a while you need like a January 1st.
Yeah, you need it for like
on January 1st.
Yeah,
like
you gotta. It's the new year,
Yeah.
The new year, you're the least free to do what you want.
And this guy just stands outside of the prison saying,
"But are you?" Because everybody who leaves prison announces out loud, "Yes, I'm finally free."
Yeah. If you go to a prison and stand out there, someone's going to come out saying, "Yes, I'm finally free."
Are they just like a bunch of July 4ths that do this, or do they all like spread out and go to different prisons?
I think this guy is Mr. America.
Oh, so there's only one.
Yeah.
Only one of him.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Like, there might be some other July 4ths, but they're not this guy.
Yeah.
Like, they're like China's July 4th. Useless and pointless.
Unfree and sad. What do you think they do in England on July 4th? Do you think they just sit around and eat some boiled beef?
Yeah, they probably sulk with their tea.
Yeah, probably true. They're sipping on it, and then they remember the Boston Tea Party, and they just spit it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they pour themselves more tea because they don't have anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite upsetting.
Crying into it, wishing they had flavor.
They're like, why is it so... Yeah, and then they cry on their food, and they're like, why does it taste better today?
It's a bit
salty. Yeah. It's really bringing out the flavor of this boiled piece of liver, British humor. No, British humor is actually better than this. This is British.
This is humor on behalf of the British Empire.
On behalf of them? Like, we're representing the British Empire?
Yeah.
I think it's on, like...
No, we're representing them correctly.
I didn't get that email.
Not the way they want to be represented. Here, let me save this wonderful drawing.
The Two Poor Artists ambassador team is really not liking that we said that. They're the ones who represent us to the rest of the planet, get us internationally known. Because we're cool with getting a hotel in any country except Australia.
Yeah, because we don't want to have to go to Australia.
Yeah, we wouldn't survive. You step out of the plane, you get bitten by a snake, some spider gets tangled up in your ear. It's just real gross. Plus, if your plane crashes anywhere near the coast of Australia, I hear you get eaten within moments. And that's not how I'm going out.
What do you get eaten by?
Sharks. I don't think I actually clarified that, but it was a given.
I wasn't. I was thinking spiders. You know how they have those trees that are near the water that are just spiders?
You think it's a tree, but it's actually a spider.
Like a nest.
You know how often I read an article and it's like, we've discovered a new horrifying spider. And you're just like, I know where, but I'm going to keep... It's in Australia. Yes, of course it is, because that's where they congregate. It's where they leak from hell onto the surface of planet Earth. Anyway.
So true.
All right, back to our freedom. Back to 4th of July.
Yes.
You know what I should have been doing the whole time you were drawing?
What?
Thinking about what I was going to draw. You know how often that happens? I was too busy being free.
But now you're free to draw whatever you want.
Yeah, but that's
whatever you think of.
A lot of freedom. Yeah,
in fact,
the pen's all sweat.
You're so free, you could just not draw 4th of July.
Right, I could just protest because it is my constitutional right to peaceful protest.
Yeah, you can draw anything you want.
Yeah, I could just write words. Why? Because I have a constitutional right to free speech.
Yep.
What else I could
any words you want, you could write.
Yeah. I could publish this in the newspaper. Why? Because we have the freedom of press. Yeah. Yeah. We're also on YouTube, though, and YouTube's real finicky about your freedom. They're like, what was that? Yeah. You said something that upset someone in Australia? Pull you off the web.
Because YouTube works more as a publisher than a forum.
Yeah.
But they follow the forum laws enough.
It's real interesting how YouTube works.
It's quite the interesting look if you
yeah, but we're deviating from freedom.
Yeah.
We're deviating from freedom. How do you draw a British person?
Like insultingly, bad teeth, powdered wig, like that type of thing.
Yeah. Just like
or do you mean like Henry Cavill, like
the greatest of the British, the greatest British man that ever lived. Because he's Superman.
Yeah.
You win some points back as a Brit when you play Superman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you play the guy.
You win all the points back.
Yeah, you do. You basically become an American.
Yeah.
Like there's no
like he's not just a best Brit. He's also like one of the best Americans.
Of course.
And he's not even American.
I think I showed you this, but Henry Cavill, because he was in America for a long time filming Superman and other movies and stuff, and he wanted to pick a favorite football team. He likes sports. I mean, we can't hold that against him. But
right.
And he's like, what football team in America would Clark Kent choose? And he's like, Kansas City Chiefs. So he chooses Kansas City because that's what Superman is. And that's a great line of thinking for any British person.
Like if I had to cheer for sports,
which we don't because we're free.
Yeah.
Have we driven that point home enough?
I would follow the same line of logic. I would cheer for Kansas. Because of Superman.
Yeah, because of Superman. Yeah. Like, if you made more decisions in life based on what would Superman probably do, you know, you'd get about halfway to decent.
Right, yeah.
Two-thirds. Two-thirds, yeah.
Yeah, 2/3.
Superman's just a great American.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is. You know who's not a great American? The guy I'm about to draw.
You know, like it says, truth, justice, and the American way.
Yeah, stop telling us it's the other non-American thing.
Yeah, that's an insult to the original writers of Superman. That's what I say.
That's what I say, too.
Is this one of the enemies for Mega Man?
Isn't it interesting how British people still like hats? You know, America gave up hats sometime in, like, the 50s. Something to do with President Kennedy and how he didn't wear a hat or something like that.
Also because the Bible says not to wear hats.
For a man while you're praying.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We're Christian.
Yeah, okay. The point is, British people are still into hats. You know? Like, go look at the king. He still wears hats all the time. And you're like, how pompous do you have to be? At least, you know what I'll give Australia over England? They have gone the other way. They're like casual Brits, you know, like they've shortened words down to cool slangy things that nobody understands. I picture every Australian is wearing board shorts and basically no shirt,
right?
You know,
and they're probably surfing. That's
why they're getting bit by everything. They're just in board shorts all the time.
Yeah, yeah. If they wore jeans, they would get bit less.
They would. You ever? Ooh, that ear's quite far over there.
It's an ear.
Yeah, that's an ear.
I thought it was a nose.
Yeah, you would think that. Now his head's going to have to be a little bit shaped differently.
This is looking like that one cartoon character.
Which one? Bobby the Brit?
No, he's like the big fat round guy with a little hat. Well,
this guy's going to have to be awfully big.
Yeah, well now his head is more rectangular.
Man. Oh, what to do? Monocle? Or maybe that's just the eye.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Oh, thanks for announcing that to the world.
Well, just thought I'd warn. You know, the world.
The sneezing, the people who were scared, the sneezophobia 6.
People can turn it off, look away.
I don't know where monocle chains go.
I'm trying to look up the comic book character, but I'm not going to be able to find it. You need to know more than what I know about this guy.
I don't even know what you're referring to.
It's a popular old cartoon, like comic book cartoon.
Look at that British man.
He is quite British, monocle and all.
I meant to draw him in kind of like a bowler hat, but it ended up just being like a burglar's beanie.
Yeah,
you know,
like he's gonna rob something, but he's gonna be sly about it. Like
he is. This guy's body apparently isn't going to be in the drawing. I meant it to be, but I just gave him such a big head.
As soon as you drew the hat, there wasn't really much hope for the body being in it.
Yeah. Man. I don't know how to make him. Oh, I forgot his nose. That's what he's missing. British people have long, unfortunate noses. Like a wart. I'm sorry.
You didn't give him teeth. Like, you can't draw bad teeth if he doesn't have teeth. Remember, they're bad in a different way than the South have bad teeth.
I can't draw yellow. But how do you get yellow?
I mean, like, you like crooked and chipped, not two in holes. that's like the
everything you're seeing in there is teeth of some kind.
Oh, okay.
They're stained from years of being British.
Yeah, drinking tea.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, he does look quite a bit more British now. Yes, he does. Let's see. Who is he talking
See, like, I drew, like, the classic American.
Yeah. As a
and you drew the classic Brit.
Did I, though? Yeah, I did. All right. This guy's... he's doing British things.
Sipping on tea, complaining about Americans.
Yeah. And that's just what he's gonna do. Oh, those eyes are on backwards.
Yep. Yes, they are. See, this is what happens when you try to do a nose first type style without drawing a nose first.
You're right. It just didn't work. I'm real sorry to this guy.
And this guy's head, like, he's like running really fast, and like there's a like real long head.
This is supposed to be.
Yeah, I'm guessing this is Mr. America.
I'm not ready to commit. He might be Mr. America's sock puppet. I've had to do that before. I feel like in certain.
One of us drew the sock puppet version. That
of Mr. America?
Yeah,
it was probably me. Apparently, I just can't do it. So we'll go with that. You get the idea, though, right? Like, someone glued the eyes on wrong.
It's like a worm.
Okay. We'll bring it back.
Like,
hair covered.
Mr. America holding.
Yeah. See, that's what we'll go with.
He doesn't deal with
beefy arms.
He doesn't deal with the British directly.
No, he doesn't. It's just a foolish task. Oh, his hair is quite lovely, though.
Yeah, he needs a mullet.
A mullet?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Mr. America has a mullet. Because there's nothing more.
There's nothing that says freedom more than, do I have to cut my hair? No. And even if I do cut it, I don't have to cut it
all the way.
All the way. Yeah. Freedom.
Like only somewhere where you're free would you have a mullet.
Yeah. No.
Because
do you see mullets in any other culture?
No.
No.
And it's because they have rules.
Yes, they do.
Rules and regulations.
Too many regulations, some might say. You know who would say it? Americans. Yeah, it's true. Too many.
Like, I would never choose to have a mullet.
No, but if it came down to like I kind of want to go to England with one just so people.
Right, yeah. Mullets have kind of made a comeback in fashion.
Yeah, that's just an unfortunate freedom fact. Like, it's one of those, just because you can.
Like, I was somewhere, like Idlewild or something. You.
Where?
Idlewild? No, it was Kennywood, in Pittsburgh. Like, Pittsburgh's
where we make
far
all the steel.
Pittsburgh's as far away from the South as you can be.
It's where we make all the gun steel. In Pittsburgh.
True. But
sorry,
it's very far from being like there's no rednecks in Pittsburgh.
No.
And there were people with mullets there, which means somehow it's infiltrated like the city folk.
That's good to hear. That's what we need.
What is this? Oh, a
tea.
teacup. I see. I thought it was a baby. And I was worried. Anytime you draw a baby in your drawings, I get a little bit worried.
What about that says baby?
Well, like I thought it was an ear and a head. Before you finished,
Yeah, no,
once you drew the top line, I knew it was. But like your other guy, you drew him ear first.
Oh dear. The pen doesn't like British people.
I don't think the pen likes anybody.
You know, that's a good point, but it's an American-made pen, probably.
Mm-hmm. You're trying to draw T.
Its sound is T.
Is that supposed to be the pinky? Because that's not where pinkies are on the hand.
This guy's been mangled, man. The hand mangler.
But the pinky on top.
No. He doesn't have a pinky anymore. He has a ring finger.
It's like pointing with the finger.
That's like a ring finger. You can't. It's hard to tell because the pinky. Here, I'll draw a stub where. That's where the pinky used to be.
Well, but that's not where the pinky. That's where the thumb would be.
No. This guy's hand is beyond understanding.
Like picture me. Look at where my hand is. The pinky's on the bottom.
Okay, let's just come to the understanding that he had his pinky transplanted up to where his pointer
and
finger
then
was.
Removed.
And then removed. There are 3 fingers. None of them are in the right spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
T. It's not T. It's not ironic like a good American would be. You know, his name is like Sir Thomas.
Right.
You know, that teacup has been in his family. It was his father's name was Thomas. His great-grandfather's name was Thomas. His great-great-great-grandfather's name was Thomas.
Right.
You know, and it's like
so it's not a T for T.
No, that'd be cool almost.
Yeah, I mean as cool as T can be, I guess.
Puppet eyes are just lovely. Yeah, on like a.
Oh.
You know how British people are always wearing like sweaters over,
like. But over, because he has a bow tie.
I don't make the rules, but this is how it works. They call them jumpers. You know.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I know it's winter, but I still need my bow tie. And you're like, what? So glad we fought the American Revolution, you know? So we can talk with our sock puppets.
So we put mullets on our sock puppet.
I realized what he was missing. He's missing British eyebrows. There we go. Anyway, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is happening, and, you know, they're having a conversation about the 4th of July. And let's see. He's like, how long? Picture this in like a snobby British accent. How long will you be celebrating your independence? You know, British people, they're always getting in other people's business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he means this like sarcastically.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he's basically saying, when are you rejoining the?
Yeah, when are you
the
rejoining the
British Empire?
Yeah, exactly right. And he's
have you given up that silly notion of freedom yet?
Exactly. Or at least a 4th of July.
Oh, he does. He's not even like giving his classic quips of like forever. He is taking his freedom to make a pun.
Pip. Oh,
Who's saying that? The English guy?
No, Mr. America.
But the pointers point towards the British guy.
It's quite hard to say. Yeah. He's just like, Pip. Indeed.
Oh, so this British guy loves the puns as well. That's something we do have in common.
Yeah, that's true. British humor is a lovely thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's all they got.
Yeah.
In the lack of freedom, you have to have humor.
Mm-hmm.
Just
yeah. It's the only thing you're allowed.
Yeah, it's all you're allowed. It's true. What else we got going on over here? Just like, oh, you know what? Oh man, I should have put it right there. I wonder if I can still salvage it. I think I can.
What's that dot gonna become? Is it the creepiest eagle you've ever seen? Is it a goose?
Stop it. We'll make sure he's bald. Give him a bald spot. Oh, that really got into the way of the eye. It's like a bald spot, and there's like feathers.
It's not what it means by bald eagle.
What sound does a bald eagle make? It's a sock puppet, so it's okay. He just says,
freedom.
It's like a screeching.
So, like, is his eagle?
His eagle is puppeting the sock puppet eagle. Yeah. They don't deal with the British directly, as you very cleverly pointed out. Yeah. Free. Like, it's the sound that bald eagles make. You ever walking through a field in America? You're down by the lake and you're just soaking in the
bald eagle flying by.
A whole flock. You just hear the free. And you feel better about yourself unless you're visiting from some other country.
It's why bald eagles are
the American
animal.
Yeah, just add a horizon line. Why? Because I'm free to.
Mm-hmm. You are free to.
Should I? Probably not, but add some fireworks going off.
The freest of all explosives?
Yeah, I mean, they're not because you have to buy them, but they're also the freest in that sense that you were making a reference to, and not the kind I was.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. You can't draw anything behind the British guy. He's got it all. He's got his cup of tea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's nothing for him.
4th of July. Man, this episode is like a feel-good episode for all Americans.
Yes. We always feel good on the 4th of July.
How can you not?
It's remembering how free you are.
Yeah.
You're eating hamburgers and hot dogs.
Chasing your dog around the neighborhood because the fireworks were going off and it jumped the fence.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lovely time of year.
Yep. Yeah. Grilling outside even though it's 110.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you do it. You have to.
Because you're free to.
Because you got to grill,
Mm-hmm.
All those regulations against grills in other countries.
Yep.
It's real rough. What else do we do on 4th of July? Go down to the gun range.
Yep.
You don't even have to shoot. You just go down there and
shoot some ranges.
Breathe it in. Shoot what?
Shoot some ranges.
Oh, ranges. I heard you say something else. Like rangers. And I was like, I don't know what range you go to.
Yeah.
Shoot some ranges.
We're not quite that free.
Oh, that's
anarchy.
That's called murder and is in fact frowned upon.
Yes.
In many societies, including ours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But what's the freest food? Is it hamburgers?
I mean, we've established it's hamburgers and hot dogs.
Hamburgers and hot dogs, right?
America's agreed on that.
Yeah, we've taken an oath.
Mm-hmm.
Because people will always make the argument, well, those aren't American, And we're just like, well, what's more American than taking, like a blood sausage from our, from Europe and making it taste good with spices and other things.
Mm-hmm.
And what's better than taking something that Germany once had, the hamburger.
Well, hamburgers were invented in America.
Yeah, that's true. But people always make the argument.
Like by a German person.
Just saying.
But
We took the German person.
Yeah. He came to America because it was better.
Yeah.
And then invented the hamburger.
Exactly right.
In America.
Because that's what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean that's the thing. The American dream is built on
you make a country,
other cultures
you make a
coming
country
together
so good that everyone wants to come here, and all the best people will come.
Yeah,
yeah, and we'll just make us even better.
And it was made the best by all the cultures coming together. Like the reason we have the best food is not because some original American food.
No, we didn't even have to conquer anywhere like England did.
No,
they all just brought it
to us. They came to us and said, "Here, make this food better." And we did.
We did. Because we're Americans.
America.
That's what we do. We also make poor art.
Yes.
This drawing is poor. There's not a whole lot even going on other than the sock puppet man and the British dude who really needs a dentist and a good dermatologist and a good haircut. And he needs someone to tell him that monocles aren't cool anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I like monocles. Yeah. But they're so inconvenient.
Yeah, you don't have one.
Yeah, because they're so inconvenient.
Like you're telling me if you had a convenient monocle, you would choose to have glasses on one eye?
No. No, I would not.
What do you mean you like monocle? You like the idea of a monocle.
I like the idea.
You like the idea of only having one eye that needs corrective lenses when you've actually got two. Yeah, see. That's how it works.
No, it's just I like the look of a snobby guy wearing a monocle.
I mean, that's true, right? But unless your last
name it's like it's so inconvenient because it's one eye. How do you hold it on there?
Yeah,
like there's everything about monocles is inconvenience.
And unless your last name is Monopoly, you really shouldn't even try for it.
Yeah.
It's just how it works. But you can in America.
Yes.
And with that, we hope you have a wonderful 4th of July, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video.
There's no way we could possibly ask you to subscribe to this atrocity, so we won't.
We would say share it with your friends, but it's probably better for wasting your enemy's time.
We're probably not going to get any better, but we will keep drawing.
See you next time.